Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, I was waiting a little bit to see if something exciting happens. Nothing exciting happened today, at least not on the Bitcoin chart. We had some nice movements across the altcoin sector, but Bitcoin is just moving sideways. It is possible that a top is in now, but it's not confirmed yet. And what I can highlight to you is that obviously in this structure, by the way, I'm only going to take a look at the shorter time frame. In my first video today, I took a look at the daily. But here, what I can highlight to you is, yeah, we've got those clear 5 waves up. It would be an ideal topping structure here. Yeah, it would be ideal. Looks a bit toppy, but hasn't really done enough to confirm that this pullback has started. It's hovering just below the previously defined resistance area. Here, 43,468 seems to be a relevant resistance level that's currently being respected. That's the 50% retracement level. It's dancing there. That makes sense. It's also a structural resistance. If you watched the previous video, then you will know that I talked about here a potential inverse head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We see that on several charts now. I mean, direct breakout is always possible, right? And I think we've just rallied into structural and Fibonacci resistance. There is no strong pullback visible yet. I think one would be ideal from here. But of course, you know, we haven't even got a break of micro support. We haven't even got any signal that a pullback is starting. It's just slowing down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, if a pullback starts, then the support region, I have updated it based on the latest price action, but I think nothing has changed really because the market really only moved sideways today. But the support region that's the ideal pullback support, yeah. That's between 39,605, which is also previous structural support here, the low points from Thursday, Wednesday, and Monday. But that's where it really starts. And then all the way up to 41,709. Also here, it's the 38.2 retracement. That's also where we had previous swing lows and previous swing highs. So they are both levels that are not only from a Fibonacci point of view relevant, but also structurally. So it's between the 78.6 retracement, as always, and the 38.2 retracement. In bullish markets, pullbacks may be shallow. I can always only stress that. A few guidelines from Elliott Wave help us to understand where the price might be landing. So oftentimes it's the case that a wave 2 is lands in the region of a previous wave 4 of the lower degree. Doesn't need to go exactly there, but in that region. That would rather send it into the, let's say, the upper compartment of this support zone, maybe between 41,083 and 41,709. That's one thing to mention. Also, I mean, oftentimes the A wave reaches the 38.2 retracement. Yeah, that's ideal. When the A wave gets there, then we get a B wave rally. That might make a decent C wave short trade. But more importantly, I think if the price gets into this support region, it might lend itself to a potential long trade for wave 3, which would be very bullish, or wave C, which would also be bullish short term at least. If it's wave 3, we should still get a wave 4 afterwards and a wave 5. As soon as I have a first wave 2 pullback in place and the low is confirmed, so it's basically forming a higher low, well, then I can add the target for the next wave to the upside. It's too early for that. At the moment, we don't even know at this stage if the A wave pullback has started. An A wave can be a 3-wave move or a 5-wave move. Literally, there's absolutely no evidence there. I mentioned in my first video today that it might be we don't see much price action today ahead of the Fed day tomorrow, where we did get a little bit, but nothing major. So I'm still watching here for potential pullback. Again, doesn't mean it has to happen, but if there is one, it might make a nice long trade opportunity for pullback traders. Obviously, I don't know how you trade. You could also trade breakouts. I mean, the levels are all there, okay? The levels are all there, which is also a reason why I don't tell you what to do. First of all, I'm not legally not allowed to, of course. But also, we have viewers from all over the world with different risk profiles, different personal situations. Some people have more time than others. Some people are breakout traders. Some people are pullback traders. The levels are all there. This is for a pullback trader, potentially interesting. Again, some people trade breakouts, and you have a very, very clear level here, I think, to watch. I mean, it's not one price point, but it's sort of this range here between the 16th of January high and the, today's high, really. So basically, breakout point here around 43,840. Is that really giving us a really good reward to risk ratio? I don't think so. So I don't see a very, let's say, a viable long trade setup from here. Of course, you can trade anything, but it's more about, I think, waiting for that pullback if it happens. That is, if it appears, that's an interesting setup because the reward to risk ratio will be pretty good. Until then, I think it's just worth waiting to see what the market happens. Watching here for a potential pullback. We're obviously in resistance now. Yeah, we are in resistance, in Fibonacci resistance. So there are 3 levels here. The next one will be 44,720 and then 46,560. Even though I have to say, at the moment, it looks like a 5-wave move up. If it stretches much further, especially beyond 44,720, then it doesn't really look like a clear 5-wave move up anymore. Then it is not at least a finished 5-wave move. Now it looks finished, but if it stretches much higher, it goes beyond what normally a normal extension of a 5th wave in a 1st wave is, and it might turn into something different. So it's about the monitoring of the micro count. You have to expect changes in the microstructure when monitoring micro levels and microstructures. But overall, what really matters is the support region. And we had one that you know about, the larger yellow one here, which already worked out nicely. And then we might get a smaller one depending on when the pullback occurs. Don't think there is much more to add. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.